just wanted to let you know that the episode you're about to watch is a mini episode. It's a video blog sort of setup that will allow you to accompany me on a recent road trip. So I'll do these shorter episodes from the road every now and then, and I hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, I'm going to do a lot of this episode from the road this time. I am traveling for work, which I do very often, and I thought about just doing a few recording clips as I travel, and that would allow me to kind of take you along with me. I am planning to make a yarn store stop on this trip if possible, so if I find that, I'll definitely record while I'm there, and so you guys can see if I pick up anything for the stash, which I'm not sure I'll do yet, but we'll see. I can't promise until I get there. So right now I'm just picking up the rental car because I'm headed up the highway. Hope you guys are having a good week, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
The bird doesn't care. And that's maybe why the bird is winning. The bird's in charge.
See what we can see. This can either be a great place for inspiration or a dangerous place for the wallet. Sometimes both. I've bought sketchbooks and paints and other things for drawing here in Michael's. I haven't really shopped for yarn much anytime recently because I've found that their yarn selection has really been going down in terms of quantity. I'm not a big acrylic yarn knitter, so I don't often shop for acrylic yarns or acrylic blends, but let's see what they've got. Guys, I'm back. I was just about to leave the store, and I was going to be disappointed because I couldn't find any of the Patton's Croy yarn, but success, I found some. Okay, so here's the sock yarn that I found. I just kind of lined them up so I could look at all the colors to compare. Very likely this would be the only yarn that I would buy here just because I have so many good sources of yarn online through indie dyers and some of the kind of more well-known commercial stores and commercial dyers. But I've been knitting with this yarn, my recent pair of socks, and really like it. So I think I'm gonna get another couple balls of it. Just see what color I decide on. I'll show you guys a little later. Here's what I ended up with, my choices. Just got a mix of things. A couple of these are for a friend of mine. I won't spoil the surprise because I'm gonna send them to her soon. But yeah, I like all of these. I'm gonna just make these my, basically my vanilla sock go-to yarn because I've knit with it now. I love it. I have the needles for it. I'm going to use this flax color, the plain ones, to find a nice pattern that I can do. So a pattern sock to switch it up a bit. The rest of them have so much color going on. They're just going to make really nice vanilla socks. So my Michael's trip was a success after all, and thankfully I'm driving so I don't have to worry about space in my luggage. We're going to leave the yarn section now and leave the store and get back on the road so we can make some good time. See you in the next segment.
Oh, I'm looking down here.
Feeling like that was a pretty successful endeavor. I would say I bought a little bit more than I planned, but price-wise, it was pretty good for the amount of stuff that I got. I get a discount when shopping in Michael's for being a homeschool teacher. So shout out to Michael's for that. I'll take 15% off for shopping anytime. Never pay retail. So I'm happy to have left with a few things I'm pretty excited about knitting. I probably won't make a yarn store stop because of having bought some stuff in there. But maybe we'll do that as a field trip another time. All right, so it's now time to make my way to my destination. I am going to very likely only stop to get something to eat. When I travel, I tend to do mostly road trips, a few flights here and there, but my territory allows me to drive from home to most places that I need to get to. So I like to try to stick with the way we eat at home, which is a fairly healthy eating plan, especially recently. We've been eating a lot better lately and really cleaning up our diet as a family. We eat paleo, which some of you might be familiar with. It's short for Paleolithic. It's a way to mimic some of the ways our ancestors used to eat, where they didn't eat very many processed foods. They ate more wholesome foods. It typically consists of proteins, meats and fish, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, mostly trying to stick to things that are fresh and close to their original source. Not raw in many cases, but at least a minimal amount of packaged foods. So when I'm traveling, the easiest way for me to get some of those healthier foods is, instead of going to restaurants or fast food places, I tend to go to the grocery store and I just buy a bunch of stuff. And if I'm eating, in the car, which is not great, but if that's what I have to do for a long drive like this one, it's things I can kind of grab and nibble. So, fresh cut veggies and fruits, nuts and things like that. When I go to places like Publix, I can have them steam some seafood for me, which is really tasty. So sometimes I'll get shrimp or scallops or something just in a small package for me to eat and enjoy that. And then if I'm in the hotel and I don't need to be somewhere for dinner with a client, I will have some of those same things. Sometimes they have really good prepared foods like chicken and other things, like the rotisserie chicken there is good. And that helps me to kind of stay on plan. So that will most likely be my next stop before my destination, is to grab myself some good things to eat and maybe some coffee. I do like to grab some coffee on the way. And then I'll settle into my room, have to do some work tonight, and then some knitting. So I will see you then. All right, guys, I made it to my destination. So I had to chuckle at myself once I got into my hotel room, because I was determined to make a single trip from the car up to my room. And then when I put everything out that I carried up with me from the car, I just look and realize how much stuff I have. It will probably surprise you to know that I'm only here for one night. Yeah, so road tripping has its advantages. You can pretty much bring as much as you want to with you, especially when you're driving by yourself and you don't have to worry about taking up extra space for your passengers and passenger stuff. But this is crazy. Yeah, I've got quite a bit going on here. It's really just to give myself options. After I finish my work, I want to be able to relax. I don't actually watch TV in hotel rooms. Fun fact about me. It is very rare that I turn on a television in a hotel room. It's just not my deal. We haven't had a TV in our house, or TV service in our house, since 2005. I'm just more accustomed to watching online content and not so much with TV service. So I'll be using some of the things in these bags to entertain myself later. Knitting, pretty much. And then I've also got my yoga mat and my exercise clothes and other things in my luggage. So that's how I will be spending most of my time, my downtime while I'm here. Anyway, made it to this end of the trip. Glad you guys were able to come along with me. I will be putting together my little care package later on tonight. I'm really looking forward to that fun exercise. And I will catch you all in a little bit. So when all things are in alignment, I try to do what you just saw in the video, which is to do some mobility work or maybe a short workout, maybe just some cardio or some lifting when I arrive from travel, especially if I've had a long drive, because I think my body just needs some relief from the long hours of sitting and doing the same thing, and so does my mind. And I still have some work and things to do, so I would feel much better. I feel much better after moving, doing something a little bit active. So that was my ROMWOD. That's range of motion workout of the day, ROMWOD. I will link to that in my show notes so that if you'd like to try, they always have some good free trials going on. It's a daily yin yoga based mobility program to increase your flexibility, to help you move better. So it just gives you a short series of movements each day and helps you just really open up your body before or after doing exercise, or just to get your day started, or to help you wind down at night. I've used it for all of those things. So that's part of my road trip when possible. And now I'm in my room. I'm actually just taking a look out my window. I think I can open up out onto my balcony. It's going to be a little dark, but at least you guys can see my view. Well, I appreciate you all sticking with me throughout today's road trip. Lots of adventure when I travel, and I haven't even gotten to the part with the client meetings and work yet. That comes tomorrow. So I'm taking some time now as I'm winding down at the end of the day to do what maybe many of us do when we want to relax and finish out a day feeling mellow and serene. I'm knitting. I'm actually working on finishing touches for a hat for a colleague of mine, and I have been wanting to finish this up long before now, because the cool weather where he lives won't be around very long, so I'd love for him to get one or two wears out of it. It was a custom request and order for an easy, very warm hat, which some of you might know this pattern, by Elizabeth Zimmerman. I've shown this in an episode before. These are the two parts of the hat that will come together and join at their brim, and that will allow them to be reversible. This is some Cascade 220 yarn in burgundy and in black. Really easy yarn to work with. I'm just finishing this up on some US size 6 needles, and I'm enjoying the simplicity of some stockinette while I sit in my hotel room and watch podcasts, which is something I love to do. Either watch podcasts or listen to an audiobook or listen to audio podcasts. It's just a great way to unwind. I've gotten my work done and I'm ready to go to sleep soon. But before I do, I'll get some stitches in. Thank you again so much for joining me on this road trip. It was fun having you along for the ride and having things to show you and share with you about how it is for me being a road warrior and finding balance in my work life and my creative life wherever possible. I hope you all are able to do that too. Would love to hear from you in the comments or on Instagram. You can find me online on Instagram as Hey BrownBerry. You can also email me at heybrownberry@gmail.com. And I love comments on the videos. That's always easy for me to come back and respond. And I'm also on Ravelry as BrownBerry. So find me in any of those places. Say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for being with me. Have a great week. Bye.